Shalom, Israel. My name is Officer Kayad, one out of ISUPK, Jamaica. ISUPK started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. ISUPK I say Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Barakatham to my brothers. Yahweh Shama Alathan Ba'asham Yahweh Shai to my sisters. All right, so as everybody is getting ready to celebrate Valentine's Day, it is important for us to let our people know that that is against the Most High. You understand? Valentine's Day is a filthy, disgusting, heathen tradition. You understand? As is all these holidays that the oppressor push on us that we would have never celebrated if we weren't under this oppressor. You understand? But we were indoctrinated into these customs from, you know what I mean, young. In school, you know what I mean, they tell you to write or to build Valentine's Day cards and to give, you know what I mean, to each other. In the church, it promotes Valentine's Day, which proves to you that Christianity is not of the God of the Bible, but, you know what I mean, just this religion given to us as a Trojan horse by our oppressor, which introduced to us all these idolatrous religions. They're talking about Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, New Year's, all those, you know what I mean, traditions who are embedded in idolatry. Well, what we're going to show you today is, you know what I mean, we're going to show you that Valentine's Day is really a custom that stems back to ancient Rome. You understand? And even further. And that the practices are disgusting practices. And it has nothing to do with the Most High. As a matter of fact, we blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are forbidden to celebrate Valentine's Day. You understand? So without further ado, we're going to jump straight into it. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. See? This says Roman celebrations were violent. Let me go. Let me read the heading. It says the dark origins of Valentine's Day. From February 13 to 15, man celebrated the feast of Lupercalia. Lupercalia is what Valentine's Day was before it was called Valentine's Day. Whipped women with the hides of the animals they had just slain. You understand? So this included sacrificing of goats and dogs, which is disgusting, and beating of the women. You understand? The Roman romantics, which is where the word romantic comes from, the Romans. You understand? Which we know that the Romans are homosexuals and all sort of pedophilia. You know what I mean? But yet still we follow this custom which comes from these people. These Romans are the same oppressor that enslaved us. He's of the family of the Romans. You know what I mean? The Romans are his people, this enslaver. You understand? And he's the one that pushed all these holidays on us. But as we have brought out before, all these holidays have some dark and disgusting origins. You understand? It says the Roman romantics were drunk. They were naked. Noel Linsky, now a religious studies professor at Yale University, told NPR in 2011, young women would line up for the men to hit them. Linsky said they believe this would make them fertile. All right, we're going to jump to another article. See, we basically explain it, you know what I mean, another way. See, remember again, like this video, subscribe to this channel. If you have questions, just leave it in the comment section. This says, the exact history of Valentine's Day is a bit murky, but some historians believe the holiday is linked to Lupercalia, a pagan festival that was held annually between February 13 and February 15 in ancient Rome. Right, so there you have it again. See, and our people celebrate Valentine's Day thinking it's about love and loving your, you know what I mean, your spouse, or, you know what I mean, if you're a brother loving your wife, if you're a sister loving your husband. You know what I mean? And it's hypocritical because you make the oppressor tell you when to show each other love, fighting and quarreling and hating each other all year long. And then you depend upon the oppressor to tell you when to show each other love. That is hypocritical and evil. And that is the reason why, you know what I mean, our families are one of the reasons why our families can't stay together. because out of the 365 years, days of the year, Salakia, you only show each other love for 1 day of the year. And you let the oppressor choose to tell you, same like Black History Month. Them give us February as Black History Month, and February is the shortest month. You understand? Out of all the year. Zane, out of the 12 months of the year, them give you the shortest month of the year to celebrate Black history. You know what I mean? As a disrespect. And now we follow the oppressor and celebrate each other, you know what I mean, in love according to what the oppressor or when the oppressor tell us to do it. Just like Christmas, you know what I mean, telling us when to give each other gift and to share with each other. You understand? When come to find out these holidays and these customs come from, you know what I mean, filthy and disgusting customs from a filthy and disgusting people. You know what I mean? Namely the oppressor. We're going to jump. All right, so let me continue reading this. See? The festival was intended to purify the city of Slakia, of facility and facilitate fertility, but it fostered ominous rituals, including sacrificing animals and beating women. The festival traced back to the 16th century BC, and according to Roman mythology, it was to honor the Roman fertility god Lupercalia, and the she-wolf, which, you know what I mean, the she-wolf is Lupa, you know what I mean, it's called Lupa, Zin, which comes from the word Lupercalia, Zin. Now this, when we continue reading, who nursed 2 brothers, Romulus and Remus, the future founders of Rome. So this she-wolf called Lupa. See, let me see if I get the name correct. See, let me see 1 second. Yeah, Lupa. See, this she-wolf, a dog, a mutt, see, is said to have nurtured these 2 twin brothers who eventually became the founders of Rome. Meaning this she-wolf gave them breast milk. You understand? And then these 2 breast milk drinking, you know what I mean, he then became the founders of Rome, who eventually tell you that you know supposed to celebrate Valentine's Day. This is where this custom is coming from. Valentine's Day is the celebration of this she-wolf. You understand? And that is disgusting, because no Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman would ever, you know what I mean, not woman, no Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people would ever drink dog milk. So why celebrate a custom that, you know what I mean, commemorates, you know what I mean, people are a dog? I mean, celebrating Valentine's Day is you celebrating this she-wolf, you know, this dog, you know. It is not about love, you know. It is not about, you know what I mean, you coming together with your wife and showing how much you love your wife, or a wife coming together with her husband to show how much she cares about her husband. It's not about that. It is about the slave master pushing this custom on you, which comes from the celebration of this dog who gave breast milk to their forefathers, which we know it's a myth, but the concept is filthy and disgusting. You understand? And you're going to find out that all these gods that the oppressor worship and all the other nations worship, they are not real gods. They don't exist in reality. You understand? They are not real. All right, we'll skip past that one for now. See, we'll jump to, you know what I mean? Because we know that also embedded in Valentine's Day, you have Cupid. See? You have Cupid. You understand? And you also have that art shape. Shape of a art. We'll cover that and tell you where that come from. And all of this is it just don't make any sense. And it's also idolatry. And it's also immoral and evil. See? So this is going to tell you about Cupid and where Cupid come from now. See? Or this angel. which like the Catholic Church always do because of their fetish for little young naked babies. See, they portray him as a little naked baby. So it said, cherubic Cupid is everywhere on Valentine's Day. Here's why that famous embodiment of desire is a child. So it said, every year on February 14, Valentine's Day is marked by shades of pink, flowers, chocolate. You know what I mean? You know that chocolate that is in this heart-shaped box. I will show you where that heart shape comes from. See? Romantic movies and wine and images of the magical baby boy who flies around shooting arrows at people. But despite his infant form, that baby, widely known these days as Cupid, began his mythological life as a man who had more power than any god. Let me continue reading. See, let me scroll down. All right, hold on. Let's read up here, so. Big literary source we have is depicted as just unconquerable Richard Martin, a classic professor at Stanford University, tell Times. By the way, this is Times.com. So whatever he wanted happened, and he caused disaster. So this Cupid that you think will shoot an arrow of love on Valentine's Day, once upon a time he caused disasters. Then you wonder why your marriages fall apart and your relationship break up, because Cupid does not bring people together. Cupid caused disaster, and your relationship, your marriage right now is a disaster because you celebrate Valentine's Day. The original Cupid was more of a heartthrob than a cherub. Traced back to 700 BC, you know what I mean? Just about the time when Lupercalia, or the custom of Lupercalia, you know what I mean, was detected as well. This character of legend was called Eros. Martin explained, the Greek word for desire. In the archaic period, Eros, the son of Aphrodite, which is the goddess of love, or Aphrodites, which is the same thing as what's your name, Semiramis or Ishtar, the goddess of love. This is portrayed of the goddess of love now, but she's the queen mother of heaven, which is a myth. It's not no gossip, but these are the idols that this is attached to. You know what I mean? He also, Cupid also an idol. You understand? So we know say Ishtar, which is Aphrodite, you know what I mean? She is the god of Easter. You understand? So it all come from the same people. The same people wrap up this big package and them rule the earth and them celebrate all their holidays. If the earth was under the children of Israel, we would celebrate, the entire earth would have to, you know what I mean, acknowledge the most highest holidays. But because we are under the oppressor, the devil, the Bible speak of, all these holidays that we celebrate, there is not one that is good. All of them come from one filthy origin, you know what I mean? Which over time, they evolved over time, and when the oppressor got rulership of this earth, like the copycat that he is never original. All these pagan idols that the Most High used to chastise us for going off into, he now adapts and he floods the earth with it, and now the earth celebrate all of this filthiness. But you as the children of Israel, you are not allowed to celebrate these filthiness. See? Let me continue reading. The Greek word for desire in the archaic period, the son of Aphrodite is the goddess of love, who play with the heart of mortals and gods to cause mayhem. So now, this woman, which is the goddess of love, she play with the heart of quote-unquote gods and mortal men. Then, to create mayhem. She is the mother of what name? Cupid. See? So that is what Cupid does, create mayhem and disasters. That is why your marriage is a disaster. You understand? That is why your relationship is a disaster. That is why You know what I mean? Our sister can't keep her husband, can't keep a man. Because she celebrates Valentine's Day, which if her husband can't buy her a Valentine's Day gift, then she earn to the other man like a whore. And our brothers become whoremongers, you know what I mean? And adulterers by, you know what I mean, celebrating Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day, for the most part, she will, if you can't give her a gift, she go find her next man a one night stand because of that gift. It's no different from Christmas. You understand? That is not healthy for any marriage or any relationship, which is marriage. You understand? Because the Bible says sex is marriage. So why you think you are miserable and lonely? And you celebrating Valentine's Day and getting presents and gifts will not change anything, because Valentine's Day is just one day after Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Where you get run through on Valentine's Day. You get abused from Valentine's Day because of that gift. After Valentine's Day gone, you're gone back to your depression. You're gone back to your miserable, lonely self. You understand? Because it is not, you know what I mean? These holidays are not embedded in real love for one another. These holidays are filthy, disgusting holidays and idolatry. And it's promoted by the Christian church. You understand? The church promotes this, which tells you a lot about the church. You understand? When we jump to another article. So now where the art shape comes from, and it's all about sexual deviancy. It's porn. You understand? That is what our people need to understand. This is not about love. This is not about caring and sharing. This is about ancient heathen, namely the oppressor, being sexual deviance and loving sexual things like porn. That is what it's all. Everything is all about sex and orgies and all them things. It's filthy. And you making your children celebrate Valentine's Day, they will take on the spirit of the oppressor and become sexual deviants. No wonder why we have so much child molesters and homosexuals amongst us now as the children of Israel. Because we celebrate these filthy, disgusting holidays that the oppressor celebrate, and the oppressor is a perverted-minded individual. This is the same man who used to rape our brothers in slavery. You understand? You are going to let him pass on customs to you, and he's a filthy pedophile and a rapist and a homosexual. The Bible says, lest there be anyone as perverse as Esau. The oppressor is Esau. And everything that he does is involve sex, some filthy, disgusting sexual activity and porn. You understand? So this holiday is not any innocent holiday of love. It's all about sex. It's all about, you know what I mean? It's all about homosexuality and all filthy, disgusting orgies. Just like Christmas. See? This is February 13, 2006. The familiar double lobbed heart symbol seen on Valentine's Day. Talking about this symbol. Let me jump to it quick and fast and show you. You understand? Everything that the oppressor does is all about sexual deviancy. Nothing that the oppressor does has any morality to it. You understand? It's all evil, and you have to just know. You understand? So, look, they want you to believe that this red object over here with the pointed base is a art. When you look over here, here is the real image of a art. You understand? So that red thing that looks like, and we're going to show you what this looks like, is not an art. See, we're going to go back over to the article now. Remember to click the like button. You understand? Share upon all social media platforms. You know the thing already. So this says, the familiar double-lobed heart symbol seen on Valentine's Day cards and candy was inspired by the shape of a human female buttocks. So it's a woman bottom. It is not no heart. It's not the heart in your chest. it is a human female bottom, and it will show you, say, sometimes depicted as a man bottom too. Let me show you. See, female bottom as seen from the rear. Like when a woman bend over, that is where you see. That is what the art represents, our bottom and our legs, or some part of our legs. According to a professor of psychology who studied the origin, history, and symbolism of, you know what I mean, of the February 14 holiday, talking about Valentine's Day. So that is why all of these symbols and these gods and these customs come together in Valentine's Day under Christianity, because it's all about sex, it's all about orgies, and you know what I mean, it's everything about it is sexual. It has nothing to do with real love or nothing, and holiness or no righteousness. It's the oppressor showing you how perverted his mind is. And you should realize that the oppressor is perverted right now. Everything is about sex today. In the peak of the oppressor's kingdom, everything is about sex. You understand? We're going to scroll down. It says, the twin lobe of the stylish version correspond roughly to the pair auricles and vestibular chamber of the anatomical heart. Pranzerone said, but added that the origin is never bright red in color, and its shape does not have the invagination at the top, nor the shape pointed at the bottom. All right, let me scroll down. See, 1 second. 1 second. All right, so this says, the Greek goddess of beauty, Aphrodite. So now it has to tell you where it come from. Was beautiful. Well, and probably should have scroll up a little further so you can get the full context. 1 second. All right, yeah, we're at the right place. Was beautiful all over, but was unique in that her buttocks or her bottom, her ass were especially beautiful. He explained. Her shapely, rounded hemispheres were so appreciated by the Greeks, which the Greeks are the same people as the Romans, just different with a the Romans overtook the Greeks, but are the same oppressor. Saying it said by the Greeks that they built a special temple, Aphrodite Kalipygos, which is idolatry, right? Which literally meant goddess with the beautiful buttocks. And that is where the art shape come from. This was probably the only religious building in the world that was dedicated to buttock worship. So that is where it comes from, bottom worshiping. You understand? And that is how it came into Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? General Ironman brought out, oh, you know what I mean? When sailors would go at sea, hopefully I'm recalling exactly, you know what I mean? And they were away from home for long. The young sailors, them would find, or they would go out whenever them find land, they would find the nearest whorehouse. And oh, they know that it was a whorehouse, they would have this symbol. I'll put it on the screen. See? This same symbol right here. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. 1 second. Notice how it look. When them see that heart-shaped symbol and any door, them know that this is a whorehouse. And it's all about whoredom. That's the word we need to look for. These holidays are in sexual deviances, pedophilia, homosexuality, whoredom. See? So when they found a door or a building with this shape on it, them know that this was a whorehouse. And whenever them go in and have sex, they would get a tattoo of this art to show that this young sailor was now a man and he had sex for the first time. You understand? That is what that is all about. And now you buy your woman chocolate in that with that symbol. And it's all about sex. That is spirit of the thing. It's all about sex. And we know what take place on Valentine's Day. It is not anything, you know what I mean, wholesome. We know that that is where our, you know what I mean, sisters prostitute themselves. That's the day that every woman become a prostitute. Come on, we all know that. And every brother become, you know what I mean, a solicitor prostitute. If 10 men provide gifts to a woman, whether she have a man or not, those 10 men will have that woman on that day. Come on, we all know it. That is what Valentine's Day is all about. Prostitution. You understand? Every woman become a prostitute on Valentine's Day. You understand? This is not, you know what I mean, healthy for strong relationships among the children of Israel. You understand? Because you are forbidden to do that, to celebrate Valentine's Day. See? The Most High forbid you from celebrating Valentine's Day. This art symbol is the bottom of Aphrodite's. That is fear bottom, you see. That art symbol. And notice, it is every cartoon, it is in the Christian church, it is everywhere. Everybody promotes the bottom of Aphrodite's. And they want to fool you to think that it is your heart. I guess it means that sex is always in your heart. And whoredom is always in your heart. That is most what them try to say. How did we get, all right, even on this website right here, look, you see that same symbol right over here. Let me put it on the screen. It's everywhere. It's on Facebook. See? It's on TikTok. Well, TikTok for the most part, and Instagram, not Facebook. See? It's on every website. You understand? And that symbol is to indicate that you love something when it's all about just sex. It's just a woman bend over. You understand? So that is it. That is the truth of Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Sexual deviances. You know what I mean? Two twin brothers that suck a dog's breast. See? The worship of Cupid, who was the god of mayhem and disasters. He did not just shoot that arrow to make people fall in love. Sometimes when him shoot that arrow, disaster happen, problems happen, mischief. See? Mischief take place. Also the worship of Lupercalia, which is the same dog. You understand? It's just one bag of foolishness. And our people we are not allowed to celebrate them thing there. We need to celebrate the holy days of the Most High, you understand? Which, you know what I mean, the next holy day coming up is the Feast of Purim, which is the 5th and 6th of March. You understand? So just log into the ISUPK, you know what I mean, get back in sync with the Most High and come out, separate from this oppressor and his filthy, disgusting holidays. Whether it be Christmas, Easter, New Year's, it's all embedded in filthiness. You understand? Whoredom, homosexuality, and all of them something there. But the Most High's holidays are pure and holy, and them have meaning surrounding our nation. And how the Most High blessed and helped our nation and freed us out of captivity. Then after Purim now, you know, so we have the Passover, April the 1st in, you know what I mean, Raleigh, North Carolina. You know what I mean? So just, if you can attend the Passover, book a flight, reach at the Passover, or if you're in the United States, link up with the brothers, call the number, you know what I mean, in the description of this video. Get information on how to attend the Passover if you are Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You understand? Don't celebrate no Valentine's Day. That is the reason why your marriage and relationship never lasts, because, you know what I mean, that is embedded in filthy and disgusting sexual deviances. And with that, like this video, share it on all social media platforms. If you have questions, just leave it in the comment section. You know the thing already. Shalom.